say hello to Mr. John Silva.
You know, in comedy, what's funny, my zipper open? Old people do that, you know. In comedy, there's a term or a sentence or expression, "I'm dying up here," and that means that you're not doing very well up here, and you're dying. But I'm 78, and I might do two things for you tonight here. I have a special reason for being up here. I'm going to write a story, and I really don't want to talk about it because I'll get emotional, but it's about my cancer survival. And I've had 4 cancers in my life. I've had, in order of pain, I've had skin cancer, colon cancer, had neck cancer, which I was supposed to die of in 2009, and my 4th cancer, that'd be my first marriage. I've been in remission from that one for over 4 years. It's tried to come back a few times, and I've managed to beat it off. She's now on her 5th husband. She's a beautiful girl, and she's a nice girl. We just got married too damn young, and she had a couple bad ones in between. She's got a good one this time, and Jake is a really nice guy, and she calls him cinco. 5, number 5 in Spanish. And Jake thinks it's funny. But what he doesn't realize is that woman can count to 10 in Spanish. Now, I'm married to a little tiny Japanese girl. She's 4 feet 8 and a half. I call her my better third. She is not here tonight. She really wanted to be here, but she faked an appendectomy last night. And this morning she had surgery at 1 a.m., so she can't be here. They're videoing it for her. And her 2 favorite comedians are coming up after me. I'm bad on names. Anyway, they're coming up next. And I say I'm 78 years old. People have asked me what kind of underwear I wear, boxers or briefs. I say depends. And I'm pretty good shape for my age. I swim for an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes nonstop, and I do that every other day. And I got the body of a 20-year-old alcoholic. Now, I have a young lady in the audience here. It's her birthday, Denise. And I'm really happy to hear it's her birthday because a few years ago I got to roast her at her birthday for her birthday, and this is the story I told about her. When Denise is Chinese, and when she was going to college, she worked as a waitress in a Chinese restaurant, and she fell in love with the cook. And they're on their wedding night, and they're under the covers, and her new husband could see she was very nervous, and she was young and inexperienced, and he told her, he says, "I'll do anything for you. I do anything. You just tell me, I'll do anything." And Denise says, "I want 69. And he says, "You want broccoli beef?" And I'm going to get a T-shirt that says broccoli beef. I like broccoli beef. Back in spring of '09, I was in a garage, got a phone call from the doctor, told me the lump on my neck was squamous cell cancer, and I immediately told him I was going to do a thing about it because my uncle died of it, and I didn't want to go through what my uncle went through. And I went in the house and told my wife the exact same thing. I'm not going to do anything about it. This is very true. And she said, let's flip a coin. If it comes up heads, you'll get treatment. You'll do something about it. You could live. And she flipped a coin, and it came up heads. And I said, it came up heads, I guess I'm going to live. And she says, let's do best 2 out of 3. Now, when you have cancer, friends mean well, and they send you emails, cancer cures that doctors won't tell you about it. And I actually got this email probably a dozen times. Eat a lot of lemons and it'll get rid of your cancer. And if you know anything about medicine, which I do, I'm not a doctor, but I worked in the research and medical field. It's a lot of bullshit. And the one I did try was the baby carrot cure for cancer. You take the baby carrots and use them like a suppository. And you insert a whole bunch of them up there. And it's supposed to get rid of your cancer. Well, I tried it. It didn't work. But I don't have to wear glasses anymore. I've written a whole bunch of jokes about it. I can't remember them. I had two surgeries that lasted over 5 hours and 9 chemotherapies over a number of months, and I had 39 radiation treatments to my neck. And the radiation screwed up my taste buds so bad that now women... No, I can't tell that one. Now everything tastes like chicken. And I've been banned from KFC. Now, my wife is a tiny little thing. She's I say she's 4'8.5". I call her my better third. I never can tell whether she's sleeping or smiling. And she's always telling me to not take expired drugs because they can work backwards or in reverse. And I didn't listen to her, and I took some expired Viagra. 3 days, I couldn't find it. We've been married for 27 years in January. And she drinks a lot. She has to drink every night around me. I'm always doing comedy. Believe me, I will drive you nuts if you're ever around me. And but I've lost my train. Damn it. Yes, we've been married 27 years, and there's one thing I can't understand is that Chinese people will ask my Japanese wife if she's Chinese. I don't understand it. And if they can't tell each other apart, how the hell do you expect me to? So, when we were in Japan on vacation, I kept losing her. And that night when I got back to the hotel, I realized I was holding hands with a 10-year-old boy. I was an active Democrat in New Jersey and turned Republican out here, but I have no affiliation at all. I hate both parties equally. And the night Trump was elected, I said to myself, this guy can't take his children or his grandchildren to Disneyland anymore because of his assassination attempt. The Secret Service is going to have to yell, Donald Duck, Donald Duck. And Bill Clinton thought he was going to be first lady. He had to send all his dresses back and cancel his appointment with Bruce Jenner. Now, I'm 70. I'm almost 78. The average man lives to 76, and the average woman lives to 81. And Bruce Jenner figured it out. Now, he was being interviewed not too long ago, and he was asked if, he says, Bruce, Caitlin, are you going to get the whole sex change? And Bruce said, oh, yeah, I'm going to get the boobs, the whole enchilada, taco. And my granddaughter is sitting right here, and I've asked her about these acronyms you get. I'm going to fall down. And I said to her, I said, what are these acronyms like OMG and LOL? And she said, oh, Grandpa, OMG means, oh, my God. And I said, oh, loophole for the third commandment, taking God's name in vain. Whoa, pretty good. And I said, it's strange that I get LOL from young men, lots of love. And she says, no, Grandpa, that means laugh out loud. I said, you're kidding. I put that in sympathy cards. Dear Mary, your husband died, LOL. And now she wants to go out with me. I wrote some jokes recently about 3D printers. I write comedy all the time. I don't get to get on stage because it's just too difficult. And I haven't been on stage for over a year. And I was reading in Forbes magazine about, in fact, somewhere I got the article. Peruvian doctor is actually 3D printing human organs on a 3D printer. It's true. And he printed a penis out of rabbit cells. The only problem is you can't go out during Easter. Now, the porta potty people, you know those porta potties you have all over the place? Those stinky things? Well, porta potty people printed a porta potty. And when they opened it up, a politician fell out. And this Peruvian doctor printed Bill Clinton's unit, and when they opened it up, Monica Lewinsky fell out. I have got so much comedy in my head I can't get it all out, but I just got the light here. So let me tell you a joke that I didn't write, and I'll get off the stage. There's two rednecks are shooting a breeze, and the one says to the other, I'm going to go back to college. I dropped out in my senior year. I'm going to go back to college, get my degree. So he goes back to college, and he's talking to the counselor, and the counselor says, according to the records here, you're going to need to take some math and some biology and some history. And he says, I suggest you take a course in logic. The guy says, what's that? He says, let me see if I can explain. Do you have a weed whacker? And the guy says, yeah. He says, logic would say you have a lawn. If you have a lawn, you have a home. If you have a home, you probably have a wife. If you have a wife, you probably have children. So you're heterosexual. So About a week later, he bumps into his buddy, and he says, I'm going to finish my degree, and I'm going to take history and biology and all this stuff, and I'm going to take a class in logic. And his buddy says, what's that? And the guy said, well, let me see if I can explain. Do you have a weed whacker? The guy says, no. He said, then you're queer. Thank you, guys.